I'll be talking about preventing rape, and there are a couple of ways we can actually prevent rape, but there are key solutions on how we can prevent rape in the society. So I'm just going to go straight to the point. I actually listed 4 points down. The key 4 points: sustainable solutions on how we can prevent rape. Rape cannot be overemphasized, so it's something we talk about in the society every day. It's what happens in the society. We have more cases coming up, and everyone keeps talking about rape, but if we don't provide sustainable solutions, what is the next step? How do we end it? So I just went straight to the point, and I'm going to talk about moral values. So the first thing, my first point is parental training. If we're talking about rape in the society, definitely everybody has a background. Everybody is from a home. So rape parental training cannot be overemphasized in the society. It is the way you train your child, that's what the child will definitely become. So when we talk about rape in the society, we talk about moral values, we talk about other crimes, sexual violence in the society. It all begins from home training. So what are the morals? What are we teaching our children? What are we teaching our girls and our boys, from the early stage, from the foundation? It actually matters a lot. So, most people shy away from sex education, but we need to start emphasizing on sex education at the early stage. We have cases where people ask, okay, what's the best time to talk about sex education? You can always start talking about it as far as the child understands what you're saying. So let's say 3 years, though we have cases of rape from 3 months, we have 3 months rape case as a victim, so when we're talking about such cases, then it's about parenting. You can't give birth to a child and expect the society to take care of the child for you. So what we need to do is we need to be careful about people around us. So for the ages above, for kids that can understand what you're talking about, we need to let them know about sex education. We need to teach them about our body. We need them to always speak out when people touch those parts that are not allowed, those parts of their body that are not allowed, So we need them to always speak out. All this comes down to parenting. You can't give birth to a child and you want the society to train the child for you. Definitely it's going to go in the wrong way. So most of the cases that we have, the victim, the rapist, the victims are vulnerable. The rapists always have a strategy. They always want to go for the vulnerable ones. We have grannies in the society. We have cases of grannies where grannies were raped. Apart from the grannies, the babies, those ones are so pathetic. So how do we prevent this? Parental training matters a lot. When you train your girl child, everybody's like, oh, yeah, I want my girl. Emphasis on the boys. So parenting on the boys matters a lot.
I think you're breaking up a bit.
Okay, we need more awareness in the society, more collaboration from governments to the agencies, to schools, to village heads, to churches. When people are aware of rape cases, what the victims go through, the stigmatization and all that, people want to speak up when they have cases like that. Then, people will also want to know what the rapist looks like. Definitely it's not written on the face, Nobody comes up and says, I'm a rapist. But when the society is taught, when a child is taught about the signs, we need more sensitization in the community. We need more awareness. We need situations where governments need to collaborate with governments, with the states, local government. people can always be aware of rape cases, and they also need to know that for the rape cases, they need to, when they are victims, they need to report the case. When the case is reported, they also need to do a medical checkup, because we have cases whereby people don't do medical checkup and they don't know they're actually infected. So, and they go on with their lives and they don't know their either they have sexually transmitted disease. So it's very important for a rape victim to always have a medical checkup. So those are parts of the sensitization we're actually talking about. Then my third point is implementing laws and policies to
Queen, I think we're having a bit of technical issue with Queen, we're having a bit of technical issue.
Victims. What are the currently Kaduna State passes law to castrate? What are other states doing about sexual violence?
I think we've lost Queen again. Her internet, Queen, your internet connectivity is breaking up, so we're having a bit of problems listening to you. But before we go, there's a question I want to ask you, Queen. How can rape be stopped or prevented?
How can it be stopped?
I said 4 points. Okay.
Parental training.
Okay.
That's point number one. Point number two, sensitization. The society, most communities don't know that a rapist can actually, like the Kaduna State passed the law, can actually be castrated. So sensitization, implementing laws and policies to prevent and respond to rape victims, then creating a protective environment for the victims. They need to know that when they speak out, they are safe in the society from stigma. Those are the 4 key points of preventing rape.
Thank you very much, Queen, for that.